So the latest manifestation of this is Ron Howard's film The Missing. Now this has got some very positive reviews. In the Sunday Times supplement they say it's a classic modern western. So I got quite excited about The Missing. It cost me just under £30. I projected it in its correct aspect ratio on my wall. I sat down, you know, snacks, everything, curtains all closed. Perfect. I thought this is going to be a classic modern western. Fantastic. And once I've finished watching the film, which is a good 137 minutes long, I'll be able to put in disc 2 and find out all about the making of it and see the short films of Ron Howard, which was also on the disc. I've never been so bored in my entire life. I thought it's one of those films that is so bad it almost doesn't exist. From the first frame, you just think about something else. And an hour later, you realise you've just thought about everything in your life, your relationships, how you might rearrange your room, what you're doing for the next couple of weeks, what you're going to have for dinner. They might as well have not bothered actually exposing any film. I thought it was a complete and utter waste of time.
Did you watch to the end?
Yes.
Did you really?
Yes.
Hey, come on, that's not a waste of time. Then you made it to the end.
So what was you watched it as well, did you?
Yeah, well, listen, I made it to the end too. So that means that it's better than almost 80% of some of the other DVDs.
It's like a meditation aid.
Yeah.
It's like one of those DVDs of a roaring fire or a fish tank.
Well, it's like a TV movie. Basically, the plot of this thing is it's Kate Blanchett, isn't it?
Kate Blanchett and Tom Jones.
Blanchett and Tom Jones. They're living out there.
It's not unusual
in the blasted wastes.
To have your daughter kidnapped by Indians.
Yeah, there you go. So Kate Blanchett's daughter gets kidnapped by Indians. Her long-lost dad, Tommy Lee Jones.
Well, the first thing they do wrong is there's two daughters. One is the cutest little blonde moppet you've ever seen, and I immediately thought, kidnap her.
Yeah.
The other's a stroppy teenager. They kidnap the stroppy teenager.
Well,
who cares?
It's like boot camp thing, brat camp.
Oh, that's another conversation.
Yeah, but you know, you want to kidnap the teenager because she's.
Do you know what this is leading to?
What?
They should put things like Brat Camp's better than The Missing.
Yeah.
Brat Camp is Channel 4's posh teenage kids go to a boot camp in America. After an hour, I want more Brat Camp. I could do with a feature-length Brat Camp. Because the problem with contemporary television is they keep reminding you about last week and next week, and there's only a tiny percentage of actual new material in each episode. So if they just turned Brat Camp into a feature and turned Missing into a TV film, everything would be right in the world.
Yeah. Did you not enjoy anything about Missing whatsoever?
Nope.
Nothing?
Nope.
It was quite sedate, I'll give you that much.
It was so boring.
And it was very overlong. But as a TV movie, I didn't think it was so bad.
It was like the world's most boring episode of Little House on the Prairie.
Hey, well, do you know what The Missing is very much like?
What?
And was received in a similar way too, if that makes sense. Open Range.
Have you seen that?
I've got that, boy. Went out and...
That's had very good reviews. Classic modern western.
Classic modern western. A masterpiece.
A masterpiece.
4 stars across the board.
So, is it not?
No, it's not.
Is it worse than The Missing?
I would say it's the same.
The same as The Missing.
It passes, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, much too long, basically. And it's pretty good. I love Robert Duvall. Anything that Robert Duvall does, he's a bit like...
I'm confused now. You're saying it's good. It's the same as The Missing.
I didn't mind The Missing.
Oh, dear.
I didn't mind it.
You've got to ask more from life, Adam.
Well, there's times when you just want to be happily bored.
Yeah.
And I was happily bored in The Missing and pretty happily bored in...
You know what I think we should do?
What?
I think next week we should both bring in our copies of The Missing.
Yeah.
And we should give them away to somebody who can think of the best thing to do with 2 copies of The Missing. Not just 1, but 2.
Right. Oh, well, and if you can take a picture of yourself doing what you've done... Obviously, we want something dirty to be done with them, really.
Not necessarily dirty, but email us, adamandjoe@xfm.co.uk. We'll check up on these next week. If you can think of something brilliant to do with 2 copies of The Missing.
I prefer something dirty. You know, that would really make me freak out.
This is Adam and Joe on XFM, here until 3 o'clock, and now it's time for Celebrity Regression. This is our competition segment of the show where I, as a trained hypnotherapist, am going to regress Adam back to a previous life in which he was a major film star. Is that correct, Adam?
Yeah. Can I just say, you're not trained, are you?
I'm not trained, no.
Well,
it's just creating an illusion.
Yeah, but that's just a lie.
Man, hypnotherapy isn't a proper... you can't, it's not... People don't get light. Any old idiot can do it.
Yeah,
Haven't you seen This Morning with Phil and Fern?
Fair enough, that's where I...
Yeah, okay, so I am a fully trained hypnotherapist.
Right.
And I'm going to regress Adam back to a previous life. All you have to do is guess what film star Adam is and what life stroke film he's experiencing all around him. It's when you hear it happen, it's amazingly vivid and real. So stand by your phones. The number's 08700 800 1234. You could win an XFM goodie bag, a mystery goodie bag. Who knows what'll be in it, but it'll be amazing. Okay, let's have the tantric music. And just take a deep breath all the way in and let it out slowly. Listeners, you can do this too. Breathe in through your mouth. No. Breathe in through your nose.
I'm confused.
And breathe out through your mouth.
Mouth.
That's not your mouth, is it, Adam?
There we go.
A long, slow breath. Close your eyes and let yourself drift back, all the way back. You're 10 years old. You're 5 years old. You're 1 year old. You're in your mother's womb. Back. You're in your father's duck bag.
My father's what?
Even further back.
Did you say ducked back? Let's move on.
No, even further back. Back to a previous life. And wake up, Adam. You are now in a previous life. Tell me, what can you see?
I can see a grey room. It's my quarters. Here where I work. Oh, I'm stressed out. I'm just tired and stressed out, but that's what it's like when you're the chief of security and you've got a dead body on your hands. Not literally on your hands, obviously, that would be repulsive, just a dead body to deal with. The weird thing is that the closer I get to finding out who's responsible for the murder, the more hassle I get from the guy that runs this place. It's almost as if he doesn't want me to solve this case at all for some reason. But why? Why, for God's sake? Tell me why? Why?
Okay, just relax, Adam, just relax. It's important here that the subject doesn't get too emotionally involved. In the previous life, just breathe, Adam. I want you to go back even further. Drift back. Back. Into a previous life.
Back.
And what can you see?
A court. A courtroom or a lecture theatre? Oh, it's a lecture theatre. Yes, I'm a Harvard law professor. I was giving a lecture here yesterday about capital punishment. And then an old black lady approached me and begged me to take up the case of her son, who's on death row for murdering a white woman. Because it happened down south, I suspected racism, and despite not having practiced law for 25 years, I agreed to take up the case. Discovering the truth has been proving very difficult, because a Bible-spouting inmate and a brutal police officer who convicted the condemned man have been leading me down blind alleys and treacherous waters.
Okay, just stay calm, Adam. These previous lives are extraordinarily dramatic.
Twisty.
Just stay calm. Breathe deeply. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Empty the lungs.
Sorry.
Okay, and I'm going to take you back one final stage. Listen very closely, listeners. 08700 800 1234 is the number if you can guess whose life, which star Adam is being regressed into. And back, Adam, back, far back into the dim and distant past. Wake up, what do you see?
Excuse me, I'm a shadowy figure, a legendary cop from a special liaison unit here in Los Angeles. I've been called in on this case because I'm an expert in Japanese culture, although I clearly know bugger all about Japanese culture. Still, that doesn't stop me banging on about it in a slightly racist way, about the mysterious thought processes of the Japanese mind. And I'm going to be doing a lot of that because there's been a murder involving Japanese people. That's why they've called me in, because I'm a Japanese people expert. For example, we got a lead today, and my partner was all excited about it, but as I told him, with the Japanese, when something looks too good to be true, it's not true.
Oh, that's very true.
Everything we've been told might be true, but the question is, why are we being told it?
Domo arigatou gozaimashita.
It's rubbish, of course, but if you say it seriously enough, even with my ludicrous accent, people seem to believe it.
Just relax, Adam, okay? I think to take Adam back any further would be dangerous. It's time for you guys to pick up the phone, 08700 800 1234. If you can guess whose life Adam was being regressed into, you could win the most extraordinary goodie bag. We'll be coming to the lines right after this. XFM. Baby, just don't go. You're listening to Adam and Joe on XFM London's 104.9. You join us in the middle of a celebrity regression. I've regressed my DJ partner Adam Buxton back into a previous life where he's become a famous Hollywood star, and we have Jason on the line who believes he knows whose personality Adam has been regressed into. Jason, are you there?
Hello.
Hello, Jason. Now just keep your voice nice and soft. We are in a hypnotic trance state in the studio.
Okay.
Yeah, just calm, just stay calm, Jason. Okay?
Okay.
Just chill your voice, because it could damage Adam's fragile psychology if you frighten him in any way. I'd just like you now to say the name of the actor who you think Adam is. If you're correct, Adam will wake up out of his trance. If you're not correct, he will stay under. Jason, say the name now.
Sean Connery.
Oh, Jason, how did you get that, you jammer?
Brilliant. Oh,
You got that first time. That's unprecedented. That's never happened before in the history of celebrity
So
regression.
what were the films then, Jason, if you're so clever?
well, I think one of them was that one about the cop that goes to Japan, Rising Sun.
Yes, that's right. And did you get any of the other ones?
I didn't know the other one was. No, you mentioned he had a funny voice and stuff, and there aren't any actors that... he's got a very funny voice, old Sean, hasn't he?
Yes, that's correct. I can tell you're a film buff, Jason.
Well, I've seen him.
Yeah, you've seen a film.
You've seen those films. I've seen those films. Jason, thank you very much for calling. You're going to win a fantastic XFM goodie bag. That was a terrific regression. Adam, well done.
Thanks very much. Well, can I just say that even though Jason didn't get them, the other films, of course, were Outland.
Of course.
That's a brilliant film, incidentally, if you haven't seen it. That's one of Sean's best. He's
Yeah.
on a space station, people are being murdered.
You know what makes Outland really good, or what made it really good at the time?
What?
It was a double A,
Yeah.
so you could get in if you were 15, and it had people's heads exploding.
That's
it was sort of
right.
like a Junior Scanners.
Stephen Burkhoff's in it. What more could you ask for? And the other film was, of course, Just Cause, where Sean Connery plays a Harvard law professor, hasn't worked for 25 years, and he goes in to try the case of Blair Underwood from LA Law, who plays this guy. And I think there's a boring twist, and it's a dreadful film.
Well, why did you... Well, you've seen Just Cause, have you,
I
Adam?
certainly have.
You see, that, to me, is beyond the line I draw in the sand.
Really?
Yeah.
I like stuff like that. You see, I like drama.
Yeah,
You
two
know,
of my least favourite words in movies. Anything
Dra
with
and
just...
ma.
No, just or cause.
Oh.
Gotta be bad. Just Married, The Santa Claus.
I don't like the Santa Claus.
Yeah, I love it. I'm wrong.
Anyway, let's go to Lightman here on XFM. You're listening to Adam and Joe. That was Franz Ferdinand and Take Me Out. Very good album, very
Now,
nice boys.
Adam, I hear
Yeah.
you've got some crime news for the listeners.
This is crime news from the west coast of America, sent to me on my email hotline by my auntie, who lives out in Santa Barbara. And she sent me this news about the latest techniques in carjacking.
Now, is this a mad lady? Does she correspond with you regularly?
She sends me a lot of, like, funny signs, road signs. And things
Okay,
like that.
so you're on her joke email list.
Yeah. Do you know what, though? Every time I get one, my heart slightly sinks, because I think, oh, auntie. But then every time I look at them, they are pretty funny. And she
Okay.
always... Anyway.
Well, let's hit us with the car. These are car tips on how not to get carjacked.
Well, this is not funny, though. This is the first one I've got from her that is just serious.
Okay, let's hear.
Because apparently this is what they're doing out in California right now. It's a new technique the carjackers are using. So here you are. Put yourself in this situation. You walk across the parking lot. That's what we call a car park in America. Parking lot. You unlock your car and you get inside. Then you lock all your doors, start the engine, shift into reverse, right? That's just habit, yeah? Then you look in the rear view mirror, check your blind spot, of course, and you want to back out of your parking space, so you're looking behind you. You notice a piece of paper, some kind of advertisement that someone's stuck in the rear window, right? Quite a big piece of paper.
Obstructing your view.
Exactly. So, shift into park,
Yeah.
that's what they do.
Yeah.
Neutral, we call it. Unlock your doors.
Yeah.
Jump out of your vehicle to remove that paper.
Of course.
Or whatever it is
course.
that's obstructing your view. Then, when you reach the back of your car, the carjacker jumps out of nowhere.
Oh, the crafty bugger.
He jumps into your car and he takes off because your engine was running. You didn't even switch the engine
Has he
off.
written something on the piece of paper? So you're left holding the piece of paper.
Probably
and the
something
paper
like-
says, "You've been carjacked, sucker."
Yeah, sucker spelled...
Sucker.
Spell, how do they spell it?
A-H. S-U-K-K-K-A-H.